What's up? Tyler from Plugged On. I'm here with an album review. This time I'm going to talk about the new album from Dream Theater titled Distance Over Time. This is the follow-up to 2016's The Astonishing, and this is their 14th studio album. Dream Theater is a progressive band. They've been around for a long time. They have so many great records, and they always do a lot of exciting things. When a new Dream Theater drops, you never know what to expect. It's always a really exciting listen the first time. Many of their albums still remain exciting to listen to, and I enjoy these guys a lot. They're a band that I just feel like I can never get enough of, because all their stuff is so good, and I just want to listen to it all the time. So The Astonishing was a big undertaking for this band. They tried a lot of new things, definitely a big concept album telling a big story. It's an album that I personally don't come back to a lot, and I think it lacked the songs. You can have a concept album, but you got to have some songs, man, and some songs that people will always come back to. And I think that's just kind of what the album lacked a little bit. I enjoyed it at the time, but it's just over time. It's the more distance over time away from it, I don't enjoy it that much. That was good. No, it wasn't. What I love about this album is Dream Theater is bringing the heat, dog. They have so much punch on this album. They still have those beautiful moments that make you feel like you're just floating in some clouds that Dream Theater can produce. They have those moments, but man, I just love that they were like, you know what, we're doing something a little bit more straightforward. We're bringing a punch. Listening to the Josta show recently, John Petrucci, the guitar player for Dream Theater, was on there, and he said that they wanted to create an album that people could work out to, and he's not wrong. You take Untethered Angel, which is I think one of the strongest tracks on here, the first single they released. Really awesome chorus, heavy guitars throughout the whole thing. The guitar solo is awesome during it. One of my favorite moments of Untethered Angel is the rhythm guitar underneath of Jordan's keyboard solo. Deeper into the song, it is so good. Kind of right in the middle of both guitar solos. It's just excellent. That rhythm is so bouncy and awesome. And I love the more just down-tuned, in-your-face nature of the whole thing. Paralyzed is another one. As soon as Paralyzed, it's building up in the beginning, it's all awesome. As soon as that, the band just kind of stops and that guitar just plays the rest of the riff, and then bam, smack right in your face. It really works. The production is really good in that moment. And it's like, wow, Dream Theater has not been this heavy in a long time. And I think it's good, that they've done so many, softer things in their past. And don't get me wrong, there's, like I said, there's those moments on here that I'll talk about, but just coming out, with just something so heavy and in your face, I think is kind of a breath of fresh air in a weird way for these guys. I'm not saying they need to be like this all the time, but I think on this album, after something like The Astonishing, it's really, really appreciated. Paralyzed is a great song, and I think James sounds incredible during the verses of that. I love the slow, dramatic nature of those verses are really fantastic vocally. Fall Into the Light is another track they released ahead of time, which I think is really good. The only thing is, I swear I've heard that opening riff somewhere else in a very similar fashion. I can't put the name to it or the song to it. If anyone knows, fucking let me know, because I'm like, man, this riff is super, super familiar. It feels like it. But it's a fun riff, and I love all the tempo changes they go through in the beginning of that song. Then they get to the very speed nature of the verses, which is fantastic. But the best part about it is the middle section. Especially when the guitar comes in, the whole guitar lead melody, it is so incredible. It's moving, it's powerful, and it's Dream Theater. I love when they do that sort of stuff. Then there's, a lot of really fun songs on here. Barstool Warrior is another one, another great guitar song as well. A few of these songs just didn't click with me until I listened to them for a few times. Barstool Warriors, one of them. S2N is another one that at first I just wasn't digging, but man, the more I listen to it, the more that's might be one of my favorite songs on here, mostly because of James's vocals during the chorus are just awesome. You know, the atmosphere that they set up during that chorus, and it's just incredible. Room 137 is the one song on here that I don't think is bad, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't click with me. And I think it's just because the verses don't really get going from a drum beat standpoint and a guitar standpoint. Like, they don't click as well as I feel like they should. The chorus is fine, but it's just overall, that's not a song that I find myself coming back to, because literally every other song around it is I think just a lot better. The last few songs though, At Wit's End, Out of Reach, which is a beautiful ballad, and Pale Blue Dot are really good. Pale Blue Dot brings some heaviness as well that I really like. And that has a really great chorus. At Wit's Ends is a great song for John Petrucci. You know, he sounds fantastic on that song and does a lot of really great things with his guitar solos. And Viper King is just a really fun bonus track. If you guys haven't heard Viper King, go listen to that one, because that'll put a smile on your face for sure. Overall, I think this is just really strong performances by literally everybody in this band, from Jordan on keyboards to Mike Mangini on drums, John and James. They're all fantastic, and they all delivered an incredible album that I honestly can't stop listening to since it came out. I mean, a little late doing this review, but you know, Dream Theater is something that you really got to soak in. It's not something, you know, upon one listen and then bounce unless you really just don't enjoy it. But it's something you got to just give time, and that's something that I think is important with the Dream Theater album. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this album. So thanks for watching. See you guys around. Lots of other things on the channel. Lots of album reviews coming up. Judas Priest rankings coming up. Yeah, follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. See ya.